It's been 2 years since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Since then, litigation over abortion rights has exploded. Here's a look at the different kinds of lawsuits pending and where the challenges are brewing. In these 7 U.S. states, abortion rights advocates are challenging bans outright. They used to be able to challenge abortion restrictions in federal court, citing Roe v. Wade. With that shield gone, they've shifted to bringing their cases in state courts, arguing the bans or restrictions infringe upon women's rights to privacy, liberty, or due process guaranteed in state constitutions. Those battles have already been unsuccessful in states like Florida, Idaho, and Texas. There are 5 states where abortion rights advocates have sued to preserve access to the abortion pill, or opponents have sued to block it. Medication abortion uses the drugs mifepristone and misoprostol to induce abortion in early pregnancy. It accounted for 63% of abortions in 2023, up from 53% in 2020, according to the Guttmacher Institute, an abortion rights research organization. The Supreme Court this month rejected an appeal by abortion opponents that would have significantly restricted mifepristone's distribution. A growing number of cases center on exceptions in abortion bans for women facing medical emergencies. These lawsuits argue that the exceptions, which typically allow an abortion to save the mother's life or to prevent serious injury, violate women's rights or are so unclear that doctors do not know when they apply. The Texas Supreme Court recently rejected a challenge seeking to broaden and clarify the state's medical exception. Several states and counties where abortion is banned have passed measures aimed at making it more difficult for their residents to travel to other states to get the procedure. That raises new legal issues about government's ability to legislate conduct outside of their borders. These are the states where abortion is legal, but abortion rights activists are suing to challenge laws making it more difficult to access. For example, a North Carolina lawsuit challenges a requirement that certain abortions be performed in hospitals, and a Michigan lawsuit challenges a 24-hour waiting period. In the 2022 decision to overturn Roe, Justice Samuel Alito wrote that it was time to take the abortion issue out of the hands of the court and return it, quote, to the people's elected representatives. But rather than limit court battles, the number of cases challenging bans and restrictions is dizzying, and one abortion-related case is still before the Supreme Court.
I was right around 11 weeks when I had a miscarriage. The pain that I was feeling was excruciating. I was turned away from 2 emergency rooms. That was a direct result of Donald Trump overturning Roe v. Wade. He's now a convicted felon. Trump thinks he should not be held accountable for his own criminal actions, but he will let women and doctors be punished. We want to support someone that does have our best interests at heart, and that's why I'm so adamant about supporting President Biden.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Today, our daughters know fewer rights than their grandmothers. This is a healthcare crisis, and we all know who was to blame: Donald Trump. So, this is a fight for freedom. The fundamental freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not having her government tell her what to do. And 2 years ago, on that day, I actually made a prediction that overturning Roe v. Wade would be the opening shot on a full-on assault, state by state, on reproductive freedom. And that is exactly what happened. Over the past 2 years, in states across our nation, extremists have proposed and passed laws that criminalize doctors and punish women. Laws that limit access to contraception and to fertility treatments like IVF. Even some of them trying to revive laws from the 1800s. Today in America, 1 in 3 women of reproductive age lives in a state with an abortion ban. And Trump has not denied, much less shown remorse for his actions. Instead, he, quote, proudly takes credit for overturning Roe. My fellow Americans, in a court of law, that would be called an admission. And some would say a confession, all pointing to the ultimate issue. In the case of the stealing of reproductive freedom from the women of America, Donald Trump is guilty. A second Trump term would be even worse. His friends in the United States Congress are trying to pass a national ban that would outlaw abortion in every single state, in states like New York and California, and even right here in Maryland. And we all know if Donald Trump gets the chance, he will sign that ban.
How'd you feel the second you found out about the overturn? How do you think I felt, man? This is amazing. This is probably the best day of American history in my lifetime. All right, we can be singing here, right? How come your feet aren't moving?
Ain't no justice in this town. 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 Stay mad, y'all, and get organized.
I want to do something with you guys. A little therapeutic screaming so they hear us. Yeah. One. You guys get, this is a warm up. 1,